Hi, it's Dave Ribery from CCS Presentation Systems. This is the second video in our series on 3D printing. I have today a couple gentlemen from AIO Robotics, Lucas and Jens, who are here to give us an out-of-box experience and demonstration of how to set up their new Zeus 3D printer all-in-one unit.
So, hi everyone, today we will show you how easy it is to set up the Zeus within 10 minutes. So let's open the box together. So this is the Zeus. With an open package, you will have two separate packages, one accessory package and one package with a power supply, and then a couple of like styrofoam protection layers, and the actual machine. So I'm just gonna put the machine on the table. Yeah, and so this is the Zeus machine. We have an accessory package here. In this accessory package, we have a little scraper to get the printouts from the turntable. We have a little bit accessory parts. These are filament spool holders that will hold the filament later in the actual machine. We have a Uhu glue stick to put a little bit Uhu on, like glue on the actual printing surface to hold the printouts on it. And then we have an actual turntable. This is our printing and scanning platform of the machine. So we can insert this turntable directly in this machine. And then we have a calibration pattern. This is used for a one-time calibration once you set up your Zeus. Okay, so, and in the other package, we will have a power supply. So you can help me setting this up. And yeah, and in every Zeus package, you will also have a sample filament spool and a powder brush. And you will need this powder brush for certain scanned objects in order to make objects more visible for our scanning system inside. And here's how I unpack the filament. This is the machine out of the box. Now we show you how to insert the filament into the extruder head. And for that we have to press a few buttons on this UI. This is our touchscreen here with 4 buttons and 3 smaller buttons on the top. The first one is the Wi-Fi setting, the second one is general printing settings and scanning settings, and the third one is the control button where I can move certain components in the machine. And what we would like to do is we want to move the extruder head to the front of the machine. Therefore I press the control logo here. I can switch on and off the light to make it shine inside, and then I press the part button at the bottom of this page in order to move the extruder head to the front. Once it's at the front, I will take the filament and push the button down here at the side in order to be able to insert the filament here in the top hole of the extruder head. And all I have to do is just pushing the filament all the way down into the extruder head. Yeah, that's pretty much like the setup, how to insert the filament into the extruder head. Now I will show you how to calibrate the machine. Calibration is necessary if you move this machine from one location to another location in order to have high resolution scans. For the actual calibration, you just take out the turntable, you put a little bit of glue on top of this turntable, and then you put the calibration mat on top. You just make sure that it aligns with the edges here, and then you place back this calibration mat into this machine here, and then you go through the setting menu here. You have 4 of these buttons: scan, print, slice, systems. You stay in this scan menu, and then you press the calibrate button. Now you have a preview of the calibration pattern here, and all you have to do is pressing the calibrate button, and this machine will take around 6 minutes to calibrate the entire scanning, like the camera inside, and then after these 6 minutes your machine is calibrated. So this is the Zeus right out of the box, and now we would like to show you how to scan and print with the Zeus. In order to print an object, you need a 3D model, and you have 2 ways how to create this 3D model. Either you design a 3D model in a CAD program or download it from the internet, or you scan an object and this device will automatically create your 3D model then from the scanned object. And let's go ahead and scan an object. First we press the scan button. In a second step, we have to choose of 3 quick scan settings. The first one is called the quick scan, which is the fastest scan option. The other 2 are normal scan and high quality scan. They will take a little bit longer, but scan in a higher quality. So let's choose the quick scan, go on the preview mode, and a camera inside this machine will capture the actual scanning volume inside the machine and will display a little preview image. So here you see the preview image of the inside scanning volume, and I will place a little object, a little cat, inside this machine, and you can see this camera will do a live capturing of this scanning platform, and now I can determine the outline of the scanning object of the scroll bar here to optimize for scanning time, and once I set the right outline for the object, I just press the scan button. And now the machine will do a full 4-sided scan. This turntable will spin around 360 degrees and scan from 4 different angles the object, and will completely automatically stitch together an entire 3D model, and the output of this scanning progress is a full 3D model. In order to achieve best scanning results, you ideally close this lid in order to prevent from outside light to shine into this machine and disturb the scanning process. But in stable light conditions in rooms, you can also keep the lid open. So this is the final 3D model of the cat. If I keep my finger here on the screen, I can turn around and preview this cat. I can even zoom in and have a closer look to this cat. Yeah, and so this cat now can be 3D printed. So that would be our next step. We can scale down this cat, make it a little bit smaller, and then print it out to increase the printing time. All right. So now let's continue to print the actual cat. So now we go on print, and once you press print, you will end up in a file editor. Here you can choose between different files. You have the STL file, which is a regular file format for 3D models. On the left side here you have the G-code file, which is already the sliced STL file ready for print. On the PLY column, you have the option to look into raw scanning files. So in these settings, pretty much a little guideline here. The bigger the object, the higher, the bigger the layer height you would like to choose, because you want to have the print to happen as fast as possible. If you print very small parts like this little kitty, then you would like to have a detailed print because you have a very small object and you would like to maintain a lot of details of the object. Same with like density. If you have big objects, you might want to save a little bit on the filament. and not print in a too high density. If you have small objects, you normally would choose a little bit, you can choose a light density or a strong density, depends on how strong you would like to have this object to turn out. And here you have the preview of your little cat. When you think this cat looks good to you, then you just press the print button. It says start printing. Before you actually start the printing process, make sure to have a little bit glue on the surface. And this glue is necessary to hold the actual hot plastic on the glass surface and make sure the printout will stick to the surface. And then you just press the OK button and the print will start. And the beauty of this device is that you don't have to do a manual calibration process. This device will completely automate, has a completely automated calibration process to start the printing. Here you see how the surface is measured. This device will make sure that the printout is on a perfectly level surface, and this is necessary that the print out will be successful and not fail in the middle of the printing process. Now the printer head is in a heating mode. It will heat up to 200 Celsius, and this temperature is the right one to liquefy this plastic that is in the extruder head, and it is ready then to print layer by layer of this plastic material. It's like a hot glue gun pretty much, and it should be ready in around 1 minute. So this was the setup of the Zeus. It was taking it out of the box, inserting the filament, and ready to go.
Okay, so we should have our first 3D printed object. I'm going to use this little spatula to loosen it from the glass. And there it is. Our 3D printed little kitten. Our first 3D printed object here at CCS. And so I want to thank Lucas and Jens for being here and helping us present our first out-of-box experience with the AIO Robotics Zeus all-in-one 3D printer. Thanks for watching, and more to come.